is Saturday, everyone. Saturday night. I feel all right. Let's hopefully wrap this up and hopefully get this guy printing. Get our fancy spider board installed. Right here. We got an LGX to put in here. Somewhere. It's on my desk. Yes, we're going to be carrying on with the V2.026. So it's a V2.4, serial number 26. Overhaul. We started this on Thursday, I believe. We didn't get it done, obviously. I knew we wouldn't have enough time. We got about as far as I thought we would. But we're going to take a break from Toasty Boy this week because I'm still waiting on replacement panels to come in. They should be in soon. And the resin printer is... Canada Post is dropping the ball like they usually do lately. So it is sitting in a sea can in Vancouver at the moment. Or it could be on that Chinese rocket. They could have tried to send it over in a rocket, and it might come down any moment now. So we might actually have it by the end of the stream. We don't know yet. Who knows? Wear a hard hat. So tonight's stream, we're going to continue on with getting this installed. We're going to start with the toolhead, start running some wires, and get our spider installed, and go from there. So just to start things off, I do want to give a huge shout out to our sponsor. Thanks. These guys down here, they've been a friend of the channel for a while now, sponsored many streams, and they've heard you. They are adding features to the site now. One thing they've recently added is actually augmented reality. So if you go to thangs.com on your phone, now currently it only works with iOS. They don't have a native app for Android. It is coming though. But if you go to thangs.com, you can download pretty much any model on their site and view it through your phone's camera in augmented reality. So if you want to print something off and see how it kind of looks before actually printing it, you can go to Thangs and view it with augmented reality. So that's one of the new things they've recently added to the site, and they are going to be adding more stuff in the future, of course. I've been talking with them, and from the looks of things are going to be good there in just a little while. So thank you, Thangs, for sponsoring the stream. I have a link below. Make sure you go visit Thangs. If you have not, create an account, share some Thangs, download some Thangs, get all your Thangs on Thangs. There we go. Okay, how's everyone doing tonight? Let me get the music going. Is the music going? Oh, okay, it just decided to change songs right when I hit start. Okay. I missed one. Somebody became a member. Who became a member? Old Scratch, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. The VR stuff is fun to play with. Yes, I see. The problem is I have a Android phone. So I believe if you already have an app that can do the augmented reality stuff, you can do it. iOS has it natively. So they are working on an appless version of it. So you can just do it on your Android phone right in the website. So where we left off last week, we basically ripped everything out. We got the new tool head installed, or the gantry. We've got all the little bits of plastic that I've collected in here over the years, fallen out, and we ripped out our duet. So like the Tin Man, it's got no brain. So we're going to put a brain in it, but first it needs a head, a tool head of sorts. So let's build an afterburner. But of course, not just anyone. We're going to be using an LGX. So luckily, we already pretty much have one made because we were running one. All I had to do was print off some new parts. So really, this shouldn't take too long to get it up and running. We got our fancy pre-made wiring loom from fermiolabs we're going to install. I was going to install the spider during my free time today. However, when I was doing that, I was realizing this is a pre-made wire loom. The wires are only as long as they are long, and I can't really make them longer without having to make connectors and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm gonna wait till I get the wire run all the way down to the bottom compartment, and then I'm gonna install the spider. Because aluminum plate, we can install it wherever we want, because I have drills and taps. Music soft? Okay, I will bump the music up a bit. My computer decided to do an update just before going live, so it kind of screwed up all my native settings. Yay, Windows! So it is what it is. Hopefully everything kind of unfuddles itself by the end. And we're playing the what size screws do I need game, because I don't have any CAD open. Just Steve, hello there. Hello there. General Kenobi. Those screws are long enough. That'll do. Diego, 1162. Yo, Nero. Yo, Diego. Go, Diego. Thank you. Appreciate that. As always, for those that are unawares, any donation pretty much goes right into the channel, supporting the things I do and the content I create. Have you printed the new release Clockwork STLs? I have not. I'm putting an LGX in here, so I'm not putting a Clockwork in. Nope. These screws are too long. I wonder why they're not going in. They're too long. That's what she said. These are 20 mil, so I need 18. 18 will work. What is the main difference between the M4 and the Clockwork? The M4 is a Bowden extruder. The Clockwork is direct feed. So if you're going to put your extruder on the tool head of an afterburner, go with Clockwork. If you're going to put it off to the side, like on my switch wire here, go with the M4. Slicer settings for a 5-minute benchy. So what you do is your settings for speed and acceleration, you go all the way to maximum. And you hope your printer is rigidly mounted to something. Go. So yeah, I am hoping the resin printer, I know I've been saying this every week, but I'm hoping the resin printer shows up this week, because I legit really want to play with it now. There's a few things I want to do with it in terms of content. So I'm really hoping it shows up soon. Was my first 3D printer a Monoprice Select Mini. I used that to print the parts for my Voron V1.5 back in the day. Oh yeah, and also, I have printed like nothing this week. I've got, this guy's ripped apart, Toasty Boy's done. I ripped parts out of Tall Boy to do some of the stuff on here. So last night I had to print something. I forgot to print off a part for this. So I had to literally just kind of grab random old parts that I have and throw them in Toasty Boy just so I can throw it together and get it to print. So the joys of a V2 though is if you got to swap out the extruder, the anything really, you don't need to re-level your bed. I love that. I wish that was like more common with printers where you have a Z switch, but it is just not. I missed one. Coppola C dollars, or Coppola C Canadian $10. Thank you, appreciate it. From Niagara Falls, keep up the great work. Thank you. But I did print something. So hashtag not sponsored, but I got myself some Sparta 3D Sparkle ABS. I bought it with my own money. So I got blue, I got red, I got black, but Sparkle Purple ABS. The Eastman Thanos. You guys all know who Eastman is. So I had some, this was on the top of the pile and it sparkles. That's sparkly ABS. So that was the one print I did this week. That wasn't a printer part. And actually, I am wearing the Sparta 3D shirt. It's just my apron covers it. It's the right fan? Yeah, this is the right fan. Josh Murray, $9.99. Thank you, appreciate it. I wanted a only potato veggies. Only potato veggies. Well, I can make some jokes with that line, but I'm not going to because that would piss some people off. So I'm not going to. Okay, so we got our spacer here. Might not fit. That might be, please tell me it's the current revision. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the current revision. Rip it out for safety. Can the Voron community make ABS cool again? We're working on it. Problem is, you get into 3D printing and you pull up some guide by some random YouTuber and they go, oh, ABS is a boomer plastic. Don't bother. It's horrible. And it's like, no, ABS is a perfectly functional, it's a great plastic. You just need to know how to print it properly. It's a reason it's probably the most common plastic used in anything, you know, in manufacturing. So it's good plastic. You just gotta know how to use it. That's another thing. Don't be afraid to run a drill through your holes. Your screws are a little tight. Don't be afraid to run a drill through them, just to clean them up. There is nothing wrong with doing that. Is there an option for an afterburner with a BL Touch? I believe I've seen mods for it. So I know it exists, but I personally have never actually used one because I'm not a fan of the BL Touch. I have a BL Touch. I bought a legit Ant Labs or Ant Clabs or however the heck you're supposed to pronounce it, BL Touch, a legit one. And I did not like it. I had issues with it. It was never consistent enough. Tons of false positives and false negatives. Basically, it just never read correctly for me. And I ended up just giving up on it. I have more luck with a $3 inductive probe. There we go. People like ABS fumes aren't great for you, but it's, you know, don't stand in the room where the printer's printing all day. Oh yeah, I didn't cut any wires. Every time I go to take the sleeve off the 3 wires on the probe, I always end up cutting one of the wires. But I didn't this time. I should buy some lottery tickets. It's a miracle. Yeah, so tonight we're gonna have a nice relaxing stream, chat. Hopefully, see how far we get this guy running, up and running. I don't know if we'll get to pushing plastic tonight. I would like to, but I have not even looked at the firmware yet. Like getting a config for the Spider. I know Fysetc has a stock config, because I think they actually have a Voron in-house. So I think they have a stock config for the Spider for Voron. Otherwise, I may have to adapt it. So I know I'm gonna have to tweak some stuff on mine specifically because, well, I'm running a panel and some other stuff. So no sinuses in my head, can't smell ABS. So there you go. I work, you know, in injection molding, so I got, you know, I work in the same place as 3,000-pound injection mold presses that are shooting 10-pound front fascias all day. So I get exposed to more fumes in like 5 minutes than being in this room for a day. There we go. Okay, that's there. For the tool head, we are going to be rocking a Mosquito. And the reason we're going to be rocking a Mosquito is because that's the one I already have in a tool head. And it's already set up, and that's what I've been using with this guy for quite a while now. So I don't really feel like changing it, because I'm one of those, if it works, it works. Might as well keep using it. I have no problem with the Mosquito itself. Contrary to what some people think, it's a fine tool head. But I already have it. I wouldn't go buy another one. Too much money. Now, the filament feed path, by the way, is longer when you're running an LGX versus a afterburner with the clockwork. I believe it is 20 millimeters versus 8 or 9 or 10. So it's a little bit longer, but it isn't a complete deal breaker. Like, it's fully constrained, so you're not going to be worrying about, you know, filament going on an adventure inside of a Bowden tube over 10 millimeters. Wonder how long it'd be before the Voron dev team has to sue. Sue who? It's an open source project. There's not even a Voron company. Pancake motor. The pancake motor is for the clockwork, which is the direct feed tool head. If you're going direct feed. Would I recommend the Mosquito or the Copperhead? E3D V6. I'm not joking. Oh, I forgot to put those in. Where are my little guide pins? Dragonfly is good. I run a Dragonfly in my switch wire, and I have, in my switch wire, and I have zero issues with it. Or just buy one of the new Dragons that don't have the structural support between the heater block and the heater block and the heatsink, and just buy a bag of wind chimes with it. What do I not like the Mosquito? I like the Mosquito structurally. I just find it extremely hard to justify its price. I bought two of them back when they had it. There was a group buy. And even with the discount, and then once you factor in the slice screwing up on the shipping and costing all the Canadians who bought it, pretty much the discount itself, it was near 500 Canadian for two hot ends. It's not worth that. Especially considering, like, I compared prints that I printed with the V6 beforehand and the Mosquito, and if I mixed them up, I couldn't tell which one came from which printer. They were so close. The only thing I really like about it is, like, I like the bimetallic heat break. I like the rigid mounting. But performance-wise, good hot end's a good hot end. And there's a lot of good hot ends out there. So I think I'm going to have to change some stuff on here, because I might be taking this off, because I believe they have now gone to, on this chain, I have, what is it? Yeah, the hot end and the thermistor, I believe, are into one bundle. Yeah. So I'm going to have to end up rewiring that. I might have to even extend that. We'll see. Because the problem I have right now is the this is all wired, right? I'm redoing a machine that's already built up and running, and I'm using a pre-made wire loom now. I don't know if, you know, the wire loom, I never actually checked to see which ends are male and which ones are female. So I may have to, we may be doing some crimping tonight, boys. And potentially girls. Hello there. There we go. Okay, so the replaceable batteries, or correction, the rechargeable batteries don't last as long as the non-rechargeable. So I'm gonna have to charge them after 2 streams, just to be safe. I didn't drop the F-bomb. This is a family-friendly stream. Family-friendly. Not every stream. It's usually the batteries die every about 3 streams. So now I know every 2 streams I gotta charge the batteries. Whereas with the non-rechargeable batteries, they lasted they died on the 4th stream, so. By Eneloop. That's what I got. I got them. Or no, they're pale blue. I gotta charge them. Charger. I think it's over here somewhere. Charger. Next time, I'm just gonna buy a proper lav mic that doesn't take batteries. And is rechargeable, and then just charge it every stream. There we go. Okay. So, hey, look, it's got a tool head. Go. Sponsor block. There we go. Hey, look, we got a tool head. That's in the wrong corner. There we go. Alan, thank you for coming, remember. What are you using for noise cancellation? Worked well with the drill. It's built into OBS. OBS has noise cancellation built in. I'm using that. So. Oh. Heat set time. Every time I think I got all the heat sets, there's always one I forget. Oh. Oh well. What kind of PEI is that? It is from fermiolabs. It is Mueller. It's German, but it is black PEI. I got it from fermiolabs. I have a video on my channel where I put the bed together. And the harness is Fermio as well. So the harness is like hexafluoride, whatever, big fancy science name. It's good. And then everything on my bed is pretty much from Fermio, except for the heater mat's Kinovo. So I got my boron serialized a few days ago. Can you print a ding ding tonight in my honor? I don't know if we'll get printing tonight. If we don't get printing tonight, I will try and do a stream during the week. I know you guys like the daytime streams, especially the European folks who are watching this in the VOD in the future tomorrow morning. There we go. Heliflon. There you go. They're Heliflon wired. Hi, future people. Yes. To the Europeans that will be watching this in the morning, hello. Hopefully that satellite didn't land on your head. Or it's not a satellite, it's a rocket. Right? Rocket. It's a hint state of a rocket. Nope. 20 mil, maybe? There we go. What the heck? What do I got? Joseph, $5. Thank you. Appreciate it. Off-topic question, that dry box you made out of Plano model case. Did you use? I don't know what model it is. I grabbed it like years ago. Literally just go to like any hunting store or outdoor store. A lot of times you can find like outdoor ammo boxes that are weather or watertight. I need 22 mil. Do I have 22 mil? That's such a random size. Why 22? And just look for some that have a you're gonna want ones with a gasket in it. Yeah, I need 22. I don't have 22 millimeter. Yeah, that'll do. Good enough. Yeah, good enough. RCCNC, $5. Fist bump. Yes, fist bump. I say high five, but Joel might show up and be like, "Why are you stealing my thing?" Okay, so we have our tool head installed, and we need to start running wires. So this is a pre-made loom. So on the end here, I've got all my connectors. So I'm gonna have to adjust some things here. So I've got like extruder motor, probe. So I'm gonna have to crimp something on there. So that is part fan, hot end fan. So if I put hot end fan on, I have my wires backwards. And that's too long. So we are going to have to replace the whole shebang, I think. Except for the extruder. Yeah, even the extruder. Hello there. So we are going to be rewiring this entire assembly up here. It's a crimping stream, boys. It's a crimping stream. Been playing with the resin printer. We could have been making fun things. We could have been making, you know, see-through ding-dings. But no! Canada Post has to not be good with shipping. Thank you, Canada Post. Item has been received and has been sent to processing. I'll go for likes. Yes, I'll go for likes. So, I'm going to take the time here. I'm going to swap out the heater cartridge and the thermistor on this guy here. Because I'm going to have to redo the wiring anyways. I might as well go fresh there. And we can use this as a time to complain about slice and thermal paste. Because, hey, we got to deal with thermal paste now. Yay. To throw a V6 in it. Be quicker. Find where I put my thermal paste. Is it capable of using the PT100? So from my understanding, you have to cut a diode to use a PT100. So it has the support, but you have to like remove a thermistor or there's an SMD I think you got a short or something. I'd ask about it in the Discord if they know more. But it can use a standard like NTC 100, like a standard thermistor out of the box, and a PT 1000 right out of the box. Did I pre-order the Slice Mosquito Magnum double heater and double thermistor? That would be a big negative. If you read their paper, it's like, yeah, you can get these crazy high speeds if you're printing ABS at, I think it's 300 degrees Celsius, which that's the temperature it turns to carbon. I've had to dig out cooked in ABS that's cooked at 300 degrees for long periods of time. It's not fun. Hope you don't ever get a clog in that thing, because you'll be dealing with charcoal. Okay, so got that out. So this is roughly about 2 years of use on a Slice Mosquito V1. No maintenance. Probably a few thousand print hours, including a bunch of time at 300 degrees doing a bunch of nylon stuff. So it's held up well. Thermistor falls right out, which means I'm going to have to bang that out somehow because the little metal housing still in there. Like, this is what I hate. You can't easily swap out components. You just can't. Okay, Q-tips. I think I have Q-tips. Oh, I do. I have a Q-tip. Lost audio again. No, audio's still here. Hello. What's that screen? It's a panel do. It's a 5-inch panel do, I think. In the bottle. ISO. What a Roomba would pick up? Everything. Like, it's like fake hardwood floors down here. Okay, good enough. Does hot water? I have no clue. Maybe? It's like a dry clay paste. And by the way, you can buy, like, they sell these for like $7 for like this tube or whatever. You can buy like a gallon of this for like pennies on the pound or something stupid like that. Okay, let's put this back together. So, you can see, got a little bit of discoloration there. I want that like that. I want them to come out and around and up. So I need, we're going with a 24 volt, 50 watt. It's a Triangle Labs one, I believe. So, this is going to go in there and then wrap around and up. See the mess that is my desk. What heater? Most of my heaters are just 50 watts. I just buy them in bulk. Okay, yay, boron paste. Really hate this stuff. Pain in the buttocks. Like, they claim it's for better thermal transfer than compression, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it, man. I don't think it's worth it. It's probably one of those things where it's like such a minimal difference that the average person will never notice. Nope. Oh, now I gotta find where I put the cap. Where'd the cap go? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Now to put this away for... I don't know how long. Until I realize I need it again. What a mess. I hate this stuff. Clean it up. Hopefully you didn't get anything in any holes you're not supposed to, because once it's solidified, it's a pain to get out. That on. Ah, Max is here. Hi, Max. Yeah, that's another thing I don't like about the heater block. When you compare it to like the thickness of like a standard V6 heater block, it's fatter. Like it's wider. So it pumps out a lot of heat sideways. So on some designs, it's not an issue. On something like this, where it's like a really tight hot end assembly already, you kind of run into issues. Who needs to swap heaters ever? Whenever you gotta swap out the wires because they're too short, and I'm not gonna add extensions on wires to get an extra like 40 mil. Okay, so that. Put the Triangle Labs sock for it because Slice doesn't make socks for the Mosquito. I don't know. They don't. That's just what they do, I guess. Say what you will about the performance of the sock. I just like the fact that, you know, if my hot end decides to turn into a giant blob of plastic, it's a lot easier to remove said giant blob of plastic when it's attached to a silicone sock than the hot end itself. Goes there. There we go. Rebuilt. Now, I could have, you know, just throwing this in. But yeah, just to give you an idea, look how wide the heater block is on the Mosquito versus a V6. So yes, it's not, you know, as long, but a lot of tool heads are built for like the mass to be in this direction, not this. So you have issues where they pump out a lot of heat to the side. It also makes these wire runs much tighter because you can't do this like sharp turn here that you can do on a V6 because you got the room here because the block isn't as wide. You have to like wrap it around and then come up because you can't do that turn right off the bat usually. I mean, we could have thrown this guy in. Okay, carry on. Ducks look melty. These ones, a year of printing ABS and nylon will do that. I'm hoping to have a replacement for this eventually, so I'm not too concerned. This machine mostly prints ABS, so the ducks really don't do much to begin with. So I'm not too concerned about them being a little on the modern artish style. Go, that goes in there. Got a bunch of afterburner ready hot ends. I like to keep spares on hand because I sometimes swap them between the tool heads. I try to keep my wiring consistent across all my printers because that way if I need to swap anything I can. Like last night, I had to print something for this and then I printed this, but I grabbed the old clockwork out of here and the old tool head out of the switch wire, and I just threw them in the tall boy and just hit print. I hooked everything up. I went upstairs, I sliced something, sent it to the printer and hit print and went to bed. So I'll never not get over how convenient having a Z switch is on a printer. Finally caught the stream. Came here from Teaching Tech's Clipper Core XY vid. Oh, cool. I don't really watch too much Teaching Tech videos. Just different styles. Okay, so let's take a looky-loo here. I'm gonna have to pull up some information at some point. Fysetc. Pins. Could have sworn they had more pin in. Fysetc has a... Yeah, I'm trying to find the pinout for this board. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, Fysetc, where is it? Teaching Tech doing a rat rig. Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah, there's that one. Okay. So, open original. There we go. There we go. Okay. So bed probe. I got all my wires here. I've got this guy can go right here. Let's mount that. And while I accidentally closed chat, so I can't see you guys. How are you all doing? I hope I didn't miss anything. Just machine it from Iconel. I do have a few blocks of P20 somewhere. Heck, I got some hardened H13. Okay, so that goes there. Now, the shroud goes right there. So that means I need all my connectors roughly about there. Oh, I hope I don't screw this up, guys. Snip. It is what it is. Huh. So now comes the part of the stream where I'm going to be crimping and stuff. So I'm going to try and pay attention to the chat as best as I can. But obviously, I'm looking over here and chat's over here. So if you need to get attention, so it'll stand out. Do you get more net from YouTube or Patreon? YouTube takes 30%. Patreon is less than that, I believe. However, right now Patreon is has frozen my withdrawals because of suspicious activity. I don't know what's going on there. I've emailed them about it. They have not responded. So yeah. So I think you can still sign up for my Patreon, but I can't get my money. What music? This is Stream Beats. I play Stream Beats during my streams and I use it as background music. So it's by Harris Heller. Is it Harris Heller? Yeah, Harris Heller, right? Yeah. It's royalty-free music specifically for streaming. So I like it. It's actually pretty good music, and I don't get copyright notices. So getting out of tolerance prints, surface artifacts after switching to a V6 clone with 0.5 hot end. Any idea? You're probably gonna have to readjust your flow. You're gonna have to tweak your flow, your pressure advance. Just go through and recalibrate everything essentially. And you may need to tweak some other stuff as well. But usually when you switch your whole hot end around, you can't usually just kind of roll with what you used to have. Usually you do have to adjust some settings. I have a talk with Doggo about the Patreon. The Doggo's been bad lately. He has had he got into the little guy's, what are they? Crackers today. That was not good. Come home and all the little guy's, cheese crackers, Ritz crackers are gone. Nero suspicious saying ain't so. I do not know. Bioluminous Commercial Art Services. Thank you for becoming a member. Does he smell like cheese now? No, because I think he threw them all up when we put them outside. Silly doggo. Silly doggo. Crimping, crimping, crimping. I really hope the resin printer shows up next week. Because if once we get this up and going, because the plan is get this all hooked up. I'll do a stream during the week where we'll get the software going on it, hopefully. And then next week we'll go back to Toasty Boy. But if we don't have the resin printer, all we're going to be doing on Toasty Boy is wiring. So I'm really hoping that shows up. Ricardo and Ben, thank you for becoming members. Okay, so I have, that goes there. That clips in there. I'll go saving lives with top tier quality content. Quality with a capital C. Assuming those are that, and that is the probe. Here, just making sure. Same wire gauge, yep. So the top two are heaters. Bottom two are thermistors. And for those that don't know, your thermistors and your heaters, the direction doesn't really matter with them. There's no like positive and negative, so you don't really have to worry about that. There we go. That goes there. That clips in there. Okay, so we're good there. So that one's done. Okay, now white was part fan, right? Right? No, that was hot end fan. Hot end fan. Go, and it's a male, so I'm gonna have to cut that off and replace it. Yeet. I'm gonna try and get a closer camera on this. Like, I know it's kind of boring, but you can't be doing speed benchies every night, guys. Hello. There we go. I knew it was going to be a slow stream tonight, so I purposely let the batteries die, so that way chat would go crazy spamming F, so that YouTube would think the stream is busier than it is. So that way, it promotes it more, and we get more viewers. See, we're up to 320. It was at 309 a little while ago. So, big brain moment. While you're at that, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you do like that smash button. It's important that you like the smash button. And retweet it. Follow me on the Twitters at 3DPNero. And hit me up on ICQ as well. You might as well do that. And make sure you check out my MySpace page. I have a banging MIDI file there. Or no, that's my GeoCities. The GeoCities has a banging MIDI file. What's for breakfast tomorrow? I think I'm gonna do pancakes and eggs. We'll see. What was my ICQ number? Honestly, I don't remember. It's been way too long. I got into ICQ just as MSN Messenger was the popular thing. Nope, that one didn't crimp. I hate these little wires. These do not like crimping. Ever try Scrapple? No? Raindew bearings good. I'm using Raindew bearings in this one in Toasty Boy. They're good. Raindew and Fuchsia are like the two go-to from AliExpress bearings as far as I understand. And they seem to be okay for most people. There we go. Good old GeoCities. I did have a GeoCities page at some point. Just make sure you go to onlybenchies.com. That's the only important site you need to worry about. So this is part fan. White marker for the hot end fan. Is that a 250? Yes, this is a 250. So let's see, where is my 3-pin probe? I could swap those around if I need to. That's not a big deal. Okay. Yeah, so I can swap those around. Okay, that's not a big deal. So for the probe, I'm gonna go right about actually. That on just to see. So we can go shorter with that. Here comes the part where I wish I had more desk space. Hot end. Part fan. Hot end fan. And then have to make the motor line. Yeah, so we'll go right up there. What is preferred wire-to-wire crypt connector for wires less than 2 amp? I'm partial. I just use Molex Microfit 3s for everything. Except for the high amp stuff. I just use Molex Microfit 3s. Go. Okay. So the way these are is I have that. And on the other end, I have the probe. See if I can find it. Where are you? Okay, so we got X-Men, probe, just by itself, and then PT. I'm assuming PT is, oh, there's probe. Okay, so I got those two there, and then the random. So with the probe, I need to not mix these wires up. So, grab my trusty dusty pan, and I don't have a pen. Where's my pen? I got a pen. Okay. So I'm pretty sure it's, I don't have one on hand. Has the markings on it. I do. Okay. So brown is that, black is out, blue is ground. Right, blue is ground, brown, or no. Brown is the voltage. Yeah, right? brown is... I got a dead pen. Okay, so brown is plus V, so that'll be red. And then black will be black. And then blue wire is the bare wire. There we go. Just so I don't mix them up. It's always a good idea to keep a notepad around so you can write this stuff down. Because the last thing you want to do is wire everything up and then realize you forget which wire goes where, and then you're multimetering everything. And it's annoying as all heck, trust me. I've had to do it. Back in ye olde day of Cat 5 cable and them breaking all the time and trying to figure out which cable broke. So the last one I have left is the motor. Now, with the LGX, it comes with this, like, I think it's like a JST type connector. It doesn't come with the wire. This is the wire loom from a an LDO motor. Actually, one of these guys. So I have to make a little adapter piece to connect it to the wire loom. €109. What? Yeah, the wiring harness, it's not cheap. If you actually, like, if you break down the actual cost of the wire and the fittings and everything, it's actually reasonable for a pre-made loom once you factor in time to make it too. When I bought it, it was cheaper. And I did buy it, but I think the price has gone up due to sourcing. Remember, a lot of stuff you can't get right now. It's just kind of, yeah, you can't get it. Oh, that's good. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I could sneak this in here, like so. You're going to go there. Rotate, pivot, pivot. It actually fits. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. A little wire or a little screw here on the side to hold it on. We're good. JSTPH. There you go. We got one wire that does not want to sit under there. I don't want to pinch you, wire. Come on. There you go. I think we're good there. Now, unfortunately, I am going to have it all fits except for this guy, because I probably could jam it under there, but I'm gonna have to have an extra connector when I really shouldn't have one. So I'm gonna have it just kind of sit up top here, because it is what it is. I probably could fit it under there. Will it fit in there? Eh, maybe. Maybe. Let's see if we can fit it in there. Let's see if we can get them all in there. So you're gonna have to come down there, and you're gonna have to go right there. Okay. So. On the bright side, I could just undo this and crimp it out here. Toasty Boy needs a logo. If anyone's good with art and wants to render their services, email me or DM me on the Discord or something. I kind of want to do a channel art refresh, get a banner and all that stuff. And also, if anyone is good with music, you know the little intro song that plays at the beginning of my, like the I guess theme song, I don't know. That song that's at the beginning of the stream and at the end of the stream. That song is from Google Library, royalty-free library. It's called AI2, I believe. I want to get that remixed into something a little bit more personal. So if anyone's good with music and wants to take a crack at it, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably just use Fiverr or something. You want stick people? Hey, man, I can already do some mean MS Paint work, so I'm already good there. On the bright side, once we get this tool head done, this should be actually the bulk of the crimping, I think. That's Maker's Muse. Oh yeah, he does do music, right? I'm sure he's already kind of busy though. I did try hitting up the guy who did the mini Joel to see if I could get like a mini Nero made. He's busy. Not due commissions, so fortunately that's a negative there. Blue, red, green, black. Blue, red, green, black. Blue, red, green, black. Blue, red, green, black. Go. Don't know if it's allowed to be remixed. Well, it's royalty. It's free music. It's got no license on it. Like it's straight up do what you will music. So I'm pretty sure you can remix it. Okay. Like it's specifically royalty-free music that doesn't require, and it doesn't require attribution even. That. So I'm pretty sure it's just, you know, do whatever you want with it. Okay, here comes the part where we try to see if we can fit this all under this hood without resorting to duct tape or zip ties. Actually, let's start at the bottom, I think. It ain't all gonna fit. Get in your home. Okay, so that's in there. Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Okay, you gotta come out. Sorry, extruder motor. No room for you in there. Possible to make a 1.8 with belt-driven bed, or bed assembly too heavy? I think you can, and I think I've seen mods of it already. So it can be done. Pretty sure it can be done. But it'd be easier to just build a 1 point or a 2.4 at that point. Okay. Good enough. It is what it is. Now we gotta put all the wires back in the right chain. Pull off the narrow cam, no point at this point. 4 millimeters of retraction. I run with like 0.5 mil of retraction to like 0.4 mil of retraction. So well, that's with direct feed. So you don't need a lot of retraction. There is so much room in these wires. Oh my God. There is so much room for activities. Go. Direct drive 1.2 millimeters with a direct drive? Ooh. Oh, to be fair, different direct drives do have different like different filament lengths, like feed lengths. But with this setup here, like a clockwork or an afterburner tool head, you should be around 0.5 millimeters starting. Okay. So now I gotta put my XY joint in. But actually, no, I gotta... I forgot. I got a bed probe in this, or correction. What? Just. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Okay, come on out. Come on out. Max, if you're still in chat, I'm running the original XY joint with the very narrow clearance for the wires. This might be a problem, guys. This might be a problem. I'm hoping I can fit it through. We shall see. Now, is this fitting even going there? No. No, it does not. Let's see here. Cut this off, pull it through. White and red. White and red. Remember that, guys. White and red. Greetings from Wisconsin. Hello there. Would you run a water-cooled mosquito if Slice gave you one? Here's the thing. We're getting by just fine on air cooling in 70-degree chambers, printing ABS and nylon and polycarbonate at 300 degrees on the hot end. And we're not needing water cooling. Plus, under here, high voltage. Voron go fast. Fast plus water cooling loop equals not happy when it all, you know, breaks and goes flying. Now, on a purpose-built machine specifically for peak, yes, it makes total sense. But home gamer, no. No sense. No sense at all. It's a Chewbacca defense. Does not make sense. I gotta see if I can undo the wires from here, so that I can reuse them underneath. Come on. Oh, I heard the jingle. 1 second. William, $20. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for making this project approachable for us mere mortals. Hey, man. We were all there once. Trust me. Trust me. I think it's from, I can't remember what movie it's from. But you don't have to be a piano master to teach piano. You just have to be one lesson ahead of your student. Now, I'm hoping I'm more than one lesson ahead, but we're all still learning here, right? Like, nobody knows anything, everything. Anyone who claims to know everything is lying. There's always new things to learn, new things to experiment with. I'm still gonna stab myself doing this. Ever tell you guys I hate JSTs? I hate JSTs. Mother, it's the last one. It's always the last one. Damn it. Ah. I really benefit from the Clipper videos. That's good to hear. I did those because a lot of people are like thought Clipper was this super complicated thing, and it's honestly like, I don't know, I always found it easier than like compiling Marlin. It's always this last connector. Yeah, we're gonna take a break. Coda, I'm here. Yes, there's not a lot of room in here. There we go. Were you behaving up there? Oh, he's outside the door. Aw. Okay, you going to bed? Yeah, I get hair on everything. Hey, good night. Okay, back to trying to get this dang connector off. Waiting for it. There it is. Duff. $6.99 doggo. $6.99 doggo. How'd I know? Appreciate it, man. I'm just gonna crimp a new fitting on connector. JST, where's my JSTs? Molotov KK, JST. And like that smash button. Yep, doggo tax, like the smash button. Although, you know who I haven't seen tonight? I haven't seen Dave tonight. I have not seen David tonight. I don't know where he's at. So, Navy Chiefs, $9.99, doggo tax. Hey, these actually fit through here. Okay. Oh yeah, they all fit. Perfect. Oh, I was so worried there. I'll pull it up on the camera in a second, just to show you what I'm working with. But on the original design here, the wires for your XY end stops don't have this really nice channel to run through. They've got like this really small hole. Now this never made it public. This was like a beta thing. I got an extra wire here too. This is good. She's a fun. Hi, David. Preventative. Hi, David. No, David. This is. I'm not shocked. I'm just kind of like, where's my David? I don't know what kind of connector this is. I need DuPonts. Do I have DuPonts? I should have DuPonts. I know I have DuPonts. They're like the most common connector. Those aren't DuPonts. These aren't DuPonts. These aren't DuPonts. These are DuPonts. Do I have crimps for DuPonts? What the heck? Where are my DuPonts? Oh, there they are. There we go. John Clark, $10. Cheese It fun. Chelsea at Chaos Sport. What about Chelsea? Marlin Clipper like Java, JavaScript, Java has to be compiled, Marlin has to be configured, compiled. Yeah. Why are all the printers that are tall? It's because people have this conception that they need to go big, right? Printer tall because printer tall, right? Like everyone does that. Everyone builds the stupid high printers because I gotta have a big printer. So everyone builds their giant 400 millimeters of Z, and then they realize they never need that much Z, and it's a waste of time and a waste of money. I'm gonna have to trim these. Oh my god. Okay, so let's get this on, and I will work from there. Because everyone thinks they need the big honking printer, and then you print like 2 things that are big and honking, and then you move on to smaller things, because most people really don't need printers that big. .350 by 350 by 500. So tall boy back there has only ever been fully maxed out once. Like literally most things I print on it are sub 200 millimeters, and I have 400 millimeters of Z. So there we go. Okay, so more wires. Come over here. There. Over here. This is why it's better to get drag chains that snap open. So much easier to work on. Consider building a low Z. I know somebody who did that. They built squat 2.4. So they built V2.4s with like, I think only like 150 or 200 millimeters of Z. So they were 300s, but with only like 200 or 300 millimeter, or 150 or 200 millimeters of Z. Because it was specifically for PIF. So if you're never going to use max height, you might as well make them short and squat to save yourself less heat up time and just more general compactness of the machine. What's the hardest part about building a boron? I mean, the actual building process. It depends on which one you're building. Some of them are a lot simpler than others. Like a switch wire is a really simple build. A V0, you really have to follow the manual, and if you don't follow the order of operations, you can build yourself into a corner and be completely screwed. So basically following the order of operations, following the manual, and it's not too hard to build it. Wiring is usually the trickiest part, and the part that most people seem to stumble on, simply for the fact there really isn't a lot of, I wouldn't say guidance, but borons aren't kit printers. They're meant to be DIY printers. So it's kind of assumed you know a bit about building a printer, or at least the basics of it, before going into it. At least that's what it used to be for the longest time. Now we're seeing a lot of people coming in that literally have never built a printer before, and we are trying to make things a little bit simpler. But it still seems to be the wiring is the biggest hang up for most people. Where is my cable sleeve? Cable sleeving. Ah, there you are. Covered in dog hair, just as it should be. Anything to keep in mind when using a Super Pinda probe? I've never used one. Like if you're just using it in place of a the probes we use, the inductive probes, it should function the same. The only thing is you got to be careful because the sense distance on them is much shorter. Any chance Voron is moving to a toolhead board? Most likely not officially. Simply for the fact that Vorons are meant to be off the shelf using commonly sourced items, and we would never spec anything that's single source. So, for example, the Havud. I know a bunch of people have asked me if I'm going to take a look at that. Maybe down the line, but not right now. I'm just kind of too busy. But something like that would never be official, or at least like the main spec, simply for the fact that that's a common or a single source item. And we don't like using those. Like everything on the Voron bomb, for the most part, you can get from multiple different vendors. Extrusions, motors, hot ends, wire sources, screw sources. There's very little on the bomb that is, you have to buy it from here. And that's kind of like, it's like that on purpose. It's a DIY printer. You're supposed to be able to look at it, look at the bomb and be like, okay, I need a bed probe. Okay, well, I can get this here, or I like this, I'm going to use this. It's not, you know, you need to have this or it won't work. We don't like making it that way. Ender 3 Max. Not a huge fan of big bed flingers. Basically, in my opinion, beyond about 250 millimeters is too big for a bed flinger. That's my personal opinion. What's up with Vorons and printing PLA? They print PLA just fine. Their problem is they're fully enclosed, so to print like PLA, you don't want heat, right? You want it as open air as possible. So if you're gonna print PLA, you got to make sure you run with the doors open. I know people even take the panels off if they're gonna do a lot of PLA printing just to get more air movement. But like, that's PLA. The only support was for his glasses. So, and this is a stock afterburner, so they print PLA just fine. The thing is, though, we don't, spec isn't dual 5015s sounding like a vacuum cleaner going along all the time. So, while it can do PLA, it's not its bread and butter type thing, if you get what I'm saying. What about specing an open PCB design file? You get those manufactured anywhere. The problem is, like right now, there's a global chip shortage. If you wanted to make right now, like the little mini screens that like people use on the V0s, you can't make those right now. Like the PCB, the chips for them, you literally cannot get right now. So the thing is though, you don't have to build it spec. It's a DIY printer. You can build it however you want. So if you want to put a tool head board in it, go ahead, do it. There's nothing stopping you. It's your own printer. You can do whatever you want. It's not, you can do what you want. Like, you don't have to build it to full spec. Like, look at the Tiny M. The Tiny M is a mod of the V0, but it uses NEMA 17s, MGM 9 rails, and 2020 extrusions. It is pretty much a full redesign of the printer. Guess what? It still gets a serial. It's still Voron. So you can build it however you want. Just because it won't be an officially main spec item doesn't stop you from using it or building it like that. It's your printer, man. Build it how you want. This is BK. Have it your way. Okay, so now I got to go inside here. Wire. By the way, this right here, this piece right here is the oldest part on the printer other than some of the electronic mounts. This is the original V2.0 Bowden inlet. This was printed on my V1.5. Every printer that I have that has been upgraded, I keep something from the previous revision on it. Because why not? So there is a little bit of a history to my machines. Kind of to keep it kind of like, you know, prevent shipathesius. There's always an original part. Or at least I try to keep an original part on every machine. So that's a B motor. This is an A motor. Dropping everywhere. Do I consider myself the face? No, I do not. I'm just a guy who builds printers. A lot of them happen to be Vorons, but I am not the face of Voron. I don't want to be the face of Voron. I'm just a guy who builds printers that happen to be a lot of Vorons. But I got an Ender. I got a Bonsai that I built. Not everything's Voron. I got a CNC. I got a 3018. I try to diversify my content because I don't want to be the Voron guy. Don't want to be tied to one horse. But I still like Vorons. Oh, dang it, really? One. Thoughts on the new belted Z mod for Ender 3? Probably cool. I haven't looked at it. I haven't really... I don't plan on modding the Ender 3 that I have too much. Like, mostly toolhead stuff is the only thing I'll do. Like, I've got Vorons, right? So I've got my Go Fast printers with all the toys and whatnot, so... So this has got to come up. So I'm gonna put a zip tie around that. Actually, no, I want to go up one. Yeah, right there. Nope, actually, no. Nope, nope, nope. Cut that there. Yep, that'll do. Okay. I heard the little jingle. I heard the jingle. Victor, €2, thank you, or £2, thank you, appreciate it. The Mingda D2 and other one coming soon. I don't know. They like, I had a few companies reach out. Mingda was one of them. Who was it? Mingda, G-Tech, and Longer reached out, said they wanted to send me printers. I said, sure, send me printers. They sent me printers, or they shipped them, and nothing's arrived yet. So I'm thinking just Canada Post is being horrible. But we'll see. If I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. I've got plenty of stuff to build and whatnot. Somebody probably already asked, but what do you think of the rat rig teaching talk build? I didn't see it. I didn't watch that video. Like I am subscribed to Teaching Tech. A lot of his videos though do seem to center around like Ender 3 style, like entry level stuff. So I just don't really watch a lot of them, unfortunately. Oh, there. Oh, this is gonna suck. So, I have zip chain for these parts. So I gotta zip tie all this back together. So this part's gonna be fun. Other way. So I will say this wire is nice, but man, is it a kind of a pain to work with here. There, you go there. I'm gonna put a zip tie on this. Dustin, $20. Thank you, appreciate it. I thought we have a contest to design a new logo. I might. We'll see. I'm actually just really busy right now. Real life stuff and whatnot. So unfortunately, this is still not my job. One day, maybe. Not today. I like the logo too. I just want to kind of spice it up a little bit and get like a proper like big channel banner made. More than life than ABS. Do you want me to give you the Conan speech? I can do the Conan speech. Crush your enemies, See them driven before you and hear the limitations of the women. And benchies. And benchies. Can't forget the benchies. This doesn't want to work. No, that ain't right. That ain't right. Jeez. Okay, talk about the spider in the 2209. I remember in the S-Carry you have to clip off a wire. No, you don't got to do that on 2209. They actually talked to us, or the spider. I seen somewhere somebody was mentioning that Big Tree Tech worked with Voron Design. I think it was on the Facebook group. Like, who goes to the Facebook group? But anyways, somebody was mentioning on the Voron Facebook group that BTT was working with Voron on the Octopus. No, they were not. This is one of those things, once you get it started, it's fine, but I really wish I had more proper drag chain for this part, but I didn't order any more, and I completely forgot that I needed some, so I gotta put this kind of cobbled together mess back together. You go there, you go there. There. There we go. Ah, one. Okay. You know what time it is, guys? You know what time it is? Bye, everyone. Goodbye. It is not time for me to leave yet. If I install Clipper on my monoprice select MSM, I'm assuming it's mono select mini. Will it grow glorious beard? This is not glorious. This is hiding bad shoulder or jawline. Okay, because we're dealing with BS, but what a better way to cut through the BS than with tonight's juicy beverage of choice. We're going with High River Canadian whiskey. Go. So while I'm pouring myself a drink, why not check out our sponsor? Thanks. I got a link in the description there. Should all click that link right now. That way they can track to make sure you guys are paying attention to me and the stream. So make sure you go click that link right now. While you're down there, make sure you also like that smash button. You know, 2 birds with 1 stone. And for those of you on an iPhone, should go to it on your phones and check out the AR feature, because they have augmented reality. So you can download a 3D model and you can see how it's going to look like on your shelf, or if it's a printer part on your printer, before you even print it. A big shout out to Thangs for sponsoring the stream tonight. What are you guys all drinking? Ender 3 V2 been printing a few months. What do you think of Bowden V6 or Hemera? I might be getting a Hemera soon, so I can actually test that out. Personally, I think try something like an M4, build it an M4 extruder, see how that works out for you. I have no problem with Bowden on a properly tuned machine. With Clipper and things like Pressure Advance, you can tune it a bit better than on a machine running like Marlin, for example. So you might be able to get more out of it if you decide to also put Clipper on it at the same time. Trying to remember, these clips that I'm using right now, or these drag chain parts, are from like back in, I printed these on my 2.1. These parts are old. Having some Riger's whiskey from Casey, Missouri. There you go. Poison me with tequila. Ooh. No es bueno. Honestly, I've never been a big tequila person. Before anyone asks, because I know somebody from like the German channel on the Discord, I did not print Panzer chain because I completely forgot to do it before I ripped the printer apart. Allergic to tequila. Breakout in handcuffs. Ooh. I think I saw that episode of Cops. Do we drill a hole through the Canova heat pad? Don't drill through the heat pad. Never drill through the heat pad. To date, nobody has been electrocuted or killed building a Voron. We would like to keep it that way. So do not drill through the heat pad. Ah, dang it. Genuine German should be sleeping right now. That is true. Yeah, they be sleeping. How does a probe used with Voron handle glass beds? Simple. It does not. It's an inductive probe. It works off metal. Now, if you use an inductive probe with like an 8mm sense distance, and your glass is thin enough and you're running a thick enough metal bed underneath, you may be able to probe the metal underneath the bed, but you won't get, you know, readings off of how flat the glass itself is. So Vorons really are designed with, you know, spring steel flex plates in mind, not running glass beds. Not many people I know run glass beds on their Vorons. There we go. I'm sorry the stream tonight is pretty dry, guys. I didn't realize I'd have to completely rewire the whole tool head and rebuild it. Thank you, Slice. So I do apologize for the little bit of a dry stream. It is what it is. Hey, we still have, what, 280 people here? So you know this is, you're watching me zip tie stuff together. It's more than I had when I was building Tall Boy. So. You guys are all awesome. And it is what the max current stepper or max stepper current is on the spider. It is 2209s. Whatever TMC 2209s are rated for, that's what it'll do probably. I don't see why it wouldn't. You guys got to remember, like modern printer controller boards, it doesn't matter which one you get. Just get one that has the features you want and the steppers you want. Because if it's 32-bit and you're running Clipper, and TMC 2209s, your print quality should be pretty much the same across the board. So just get whatever board has the features you want. So, you know, the, you know, number of steppers support, fan support, yada, yada, yada. And also make sure it's from a reputable builder so that the board doesn't decide to blow up your stepper drivers. And go from there. Like my little video there where I was just going on about the, like just showing off the spider. I had people commenting, should I put this in my Ender 3 as an upgrade and will it give me better prints? And I'm like, no. It's completely useless to put in your Ender 3. Unless you want to turn your Ender 3 into a quad extruder IDEX setup maybe. There we go, okay. What would be the best way to get 2 printing materials safe now on hips? Tool change is great all, but I'm thinking about anything simpler. So the problem with dual extrusion, like a Y-splitter setup, is you have cross-contamination, right? So even on my switch wire back there, I've yet to try doing something like hips and ABS, because even if you purge the heck out of it, you're still going to have remnants of one plastic mixing with the other. With colors, it's not so big an issue. Purge enough, you should be okay. But with like something that's you're trying to dissolve, if you get that in your ABS, so you're gonna have weak ABS. So your best bet would be IDEX basically, or tool changing. Now you can convert like a Cartesian to an IDEX setup relatively easily. And if I get another i3 style printer, that might be something that I try to do some content on, where I put 2 tool heads and make a quick and easy IDEX. You just lose some Y space basically. It's the only downside. I'm gonna put this on its head right now. It's getting kind of annoying. Dang gravity getting in my way. There we go. What was I crushing over here? Oh. There, we're good. What was I crushing? Oh, it's that. Okay, that makes sense. 2208s, I think Clipper fixed it. I'm pretty sure Clipper fixed the 22.8 issue. Putting 2 tool heads on Core XY would be the way to go about it. You basically have to add another belt path. So you don't see a lot of Core XY IDEX because it gets really complicated really fast. And it's much simpler to have a Cartesian style box printer at that point, where you just have, you know, a motor for your Y and then you just have 2 X motors moving each tool head independently. That's what most IDEX printers that are like square do. By the way, tomorrow I have like 80 pictures of printers you guys sent me. So, I gotta go through a lot of pictures of printers. Some of you guys have some really nice printer setups. Some of you guys, I hope you have fire extinguishers right next to your printers. Because some of you guys have some really janky setups. And a lot of you guys, though, I am impressed, have like legit, proper, like really good setups. So that video is going to be, actually probably take me a bit to record and edit, because you guys have a lot of printers. So I've got like almost like 100 submissions, I think. Almost done. Got your property tax. Ooh. I do mine with my mortgage. Like, my property taxes are part of my mortgage, but I don't know if that's like a Canada thing or what. Would that require 2 main boards? It depends. If you got enough steppers on one board, you can do it. Like, the spider I'm going to put in here has 8. So I can hook up 8 steppers to this printer. Fire station made with Britain. Duff, did you misspell Britain on purpose for the joke? If so, hilarious. If not, you might have a problem. It auto-corrected Britain to spell it like that. X for doubt. Thoughts on Rage Rabbit project? Potential viewer. I don't do a lot of multi-material. Like, right off the bat, I don't do multi-material. My switch wire, like, I rarely do multicolor prints. So something like that would be a project for the sake of it just being a project, which right now I don't really have the time for. I would love, believe me, I would love to spend a lot more time working on stuff, but I don't have the time. This is still not my job, and I have a, I have a family and a 40-hour work week. So as much as I would love to have the time to do project after project and do big things, in case you don't notice, like, a lot of my videos aren't really big things. Like, for the most part, I'll set up a camera. I don't do scripts, by the way. I'll set up a camera. I'll record everything over like a couple hours over a couple days, like on the free time I have, edit it at like 2 in the morning after work, and then put it live the next day. So I don't really have the time for big projects like that. That's why I stream a lot too. Like, the streams are great because I can just go live. I don't have to plan it out or go through all the song and dance about getting everything organized and whatnot. I could just go. So that's too tight. Can't afford to break any of these because I don't have any spares. So I will say though, between our wonderful sponsor, thanks, your guys' donations and all that other stuff, maybe eventually I can do this full time. But it's still too early to say. Because the problem is there's no guarantee, right? Somehow convinced Divex to send you one of their H series. Oh, I think I seen. I think Joel did a video on that. That I don't need. Dang it. This whole stream is like, oh, this won't take long. 13 minutes later. F. What F? F, don't say F. Just need the Raid Shadow. Guys, if Raid Shadow Legends ever emails me asking for a sponsorship, I apologize in advance, but I will take it because they pay a lot of money. And that pays for a lot of Voron stuff and other printer stuff. So if you see a Raid Shadow Legends ad in one of my videos, I apologize, but I did it for the money because they pay money. They pay a lot of money, apparently. So I apologize in advance, but if I get one, I am doing it. Because on the bright side, that's one thing I like. I have no problem when YouTubers sell out for ads. Personally, like, I don't care. Because one, I'd rather the ad be in the video because it's easier to skip. Just skip ahead 2 minutes. No biggie. And like a lot of time, YouTubers, that's like the only revenue they're getting it from ads. They're not getting ad revenue. Like, put it this way, my channel, I'm getting approximately 250,000 views a month right now on my channel. Okay. To date, I have received absolutely not a single cent from YouTube in ad revenue. So every penny that I've made doing this is literally from your guys' support and sponsors. Not a shill until I cash the check. Exactly. It's not selling out. Selling out is if all of a sudden I stop doing my regular content and all I do is Raid Shadow Legends content. Which honestly, I don't play any games on my phone. I hate those gacha games. Like I'd rather play a game. I don't even play games anymore. The problem was the demand for creators to lie about their experiences with the game. Oh yeah, I've seen that where they're like, I've been playing this game. Da, 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 da. I'm trying to remember the YouTube channel, but they got a contract. Like Raid sent them an email saying, "Oh hey, do you want to sponsor? Like be a sponsor or whatever? Or is it okay if we sponsor you?" And he went through and actually like read out the whole contract, and it was pretty bad. Like the stuff they were asking, like, "Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that." Yada, yada, yada. And he's like, yeah, no. But the thing is, I know for a lot of YouTubers, that's like rent. That's actually like rent. Like if they don't do those, they don't get rent. They don't pay bills. They don't, like that's their livelihood, right? Which I never got. Like, people never criticize, well, they do now. But like nobody cares what ad plays during a show, right? You be watching your show and an ad will come on for something you do not like, but you don't hold the show responsible. But if a YouTuber has an ad for something they don't like, it's the YouTuber's fault. It's, oh, why are you shilling for NordVPN? It's an ad. They paid me to say that. It's an advertisement. It's an ad. Sponsored ad is a sponsored ad. It's the same as a commercial in my opinion. God dang it. At least that's how I view it. I don't view it as like, some people think it's like an endorsement, like, oh, Nero said NordVPN can give you a discount. That must mean he must be in bed with them, and no, they paid me to say that. How do those zip chains work? Pretty good. Pain in the butt to use though. These were spec in 2.2 days. There's 2.1 with tape chain, which worked until it didn't. With tape chain. And then this is what was spec for 2.2, and then 2.4 is just go to China chain, or I guess chain. Okay, I think that's all of them. So now I gotta put it into the box. Come on. Oh, those are that. That's why. Ever thought about Floatplane or Twitch? I've looked into Floatplane. I can't get on Floatplane. I guess Floatplane you have to be invited. I can't get on Floatplane. I've looked. Like I legit cannot get on Floatplane. They only allow what is it? Like you can't sign up. I can't get on Floatplane. And then Twitch. I've seen like Joel stream on Twitch, and he gets like a fraction of the viewers he gets on his normal YouTube stream. So I'm hesitant to go to a platform where I don't have an audience already. I hate drag chains. These are not working. Oh. Untangle all the wires. this really... Oh. Switch streams with Nero in a hot tub. Well, I did try signing up for Twitch. I sent them an email, and basically all signups are closed at the moment. They just don't have the capacity to take everyone. And they basically said, we're going to try to open it up again, but at the moment we cannot. Due to just, we can't. So, it's unfortunately, it is what it is. There we go. Look how much extra wire I got. Oh, I didn't hear a pop-up. Chad Sullivan, $4.99. Thank you, appreciate it. I love all your videos, and many have helped me build my first 4 on 2.4 now. Nice, congrats, man. That is always good to hear. Okay, so we got good movement there. Got good movement there. It's all the way back. Does anything catch? No, we're good there. I got a benchy under here. Flip this on its, let's go inside. So here's all our extra wire. Holy hell, I have a lot of extra wire. I'm okay with that though. I was really worried I wouldn't have enough extra wire. So where did these come from? So that's the SSR. This is main power. That is power. This is bed stuff. This is my panel do. Raspberry Pi's there. So when it comes to mounting this guy, I have some options here. What time are we at? We're at 10:50, yeah. Looks like a daytime stream next week where we actually install it. This took longer than I thought, but still less time than it would have taken going from scratch. So underneath, here's underneath the hood, okay? So this is all because this was originally a 2.02 or V2.0 before there was a standard for anything. So this is mounted on a bracket. This is mounted right to this. That's actually straight up aluminum. So the advantage with this is I could drill this. So for our Spidero, I'm going to actually mount it right here. Okay. So I'm going to have to lay out and drill and tap 4 holes because I have nylon standoffs somewhere. So I have these nylon standoffs, right? M3 standoffs, like PCB standoffs. So I'm going to drill and tap the metal plate, put the nylon standoffs in there. I'm going to have this mounted right like that. I'll be able to put the 40-20 fan in here and it'll blow right down all these steppers. I'll have, hopefully all these motors should reach. I might have to extend a few of these. No biggie if I got to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to extend a few of these. These guys got plenty of room. Because the other option would be to mount it something like this. Actually, I might do that. I got these to the bed stuff. But if I mount it like that, cooling these would be a problem. So you know what? I am going to mount it. I'm going to mount it like this. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll mount it like that. Have all the wires come up underneath and loop, and it'll be all nice and clean. So we'll do that during a weekday stream. Because it's already 11 and I'm not going to start drilling and tapping stuff. Float plane is scaled yet to accept any small creators that wants to. They are catered towards the medium-large creators right now. Float plane, yeah. Honestly, in terms of content creators, like the days of YouTube ads being profitable are pretty much gone for anyone other than the super big ones. I still don't get a single penny from YouTube themselves. All my ad revenue is, I don't get ad revenue. Sponsors and donations, Patreon, YouTube memberships. That's pretty much all I get right now. And yeah. So the thing is though, with Patreon and memberships and donations, it's actually I don't want to say it's easier, but I think it's, well, it's easier for the smaller creators, like in my size, to get their foot wet into this and actually be making something with it sooner. And I think like the only reason I'm even anywhere near where I am right now is simply for the fact that I stream. Your input power wires may not have good clearance with your power supply. I should be okay. That's there. Oh, I got plenty of room. Good. Remember, the Duet was mounted the exact same orientation with the power against here. This apron you can buy on Amazon. It is literally like the one that Adam Savage wore for a while. But yeah, so building time over. We'll go shoot the shit for a bit. Because why not? I like streaming. It's fun. So let me flip this up. Let me put the panels on this while we talk. Just so I can take some pictures and make it like, oh, hey guys, look how cool it looks now. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to put the panels on yet. I still got to hook up the end stop, but I'll do that tomorrow or something. I might do some actual off-screen work on this. Okay. So how's everyone doing? Spin, spin, spin. I have a lot more extra wire than I thought I would. I was really worried that I wouldn't have enough extra wire. Yeah, the adpocalypse. Well, it's not censorship. YouTube gets money from advertisers, and if advertisers don't want to give them money unless they do certain things, then they have to do certain things to get their money back, like to get sponsors, right? If Coke says, hey, we don't want to sponsor any of these, you know, prank videos, then prank videos don't get it. It's not censorship or anything. It's just how it is. No, the Duet. No, panel duo work. You plug it into the Raspberry Pi over UART. But now I have a Duet that I got to figure out what to do with. I think I'm going to put RepRap firmware back on it. Use it as a controller for the 3018. What is left and right side of the printer? The manual implies that is looking at the printer. I'm assuming so. So if it says like look at the left of your printer, it's this side. What do I search? Go just look up the YouTube channel Tested, and it should be in the description, I think, unless he has links to his own apron now, because he has his own apron. Is there a bracket? I believe there is one. I don't know if it's on the GitHub yet, but there will be one pushed. There is one that the team has been using. I printed one that somebody made for me, but I'm not even going to use it because I'm mounting it to the aluminum. Wow, black wires look so clean in this thing. I like this. It looks really good. Yeah, it looks really good. Brazil. Oh, you're up late. What time is it now? It's 11. Oh no, Brazil is an hour or two ahead, I believe. These are... Yeah, let me pull it up here, what wires these are. There is no boron delta. Either in design or development. Do I foresee any fan position? What do you mean issues with the fan position with the Spider since it's longer than the SK? Are you talking about like keeping the drivers cool? I don't think so. As long as you orientate the heat sinks the right way and you got air movement. 2209s basically just need a light breeze and they should be good. This is the wire harness I'm using. This is it. It's Hilo Flan wire. So there you go. These are the wires. There's a bracket for the Spider pinned in the Fysetc channel on the Discord. Well, there you go. Just set up pressure advance. Any model suggestions? Start to calibrate acceleration without input shaper setup. I don't have an accelerometer yet. In that case, I would do like just a standard acceleration tuning tower type thing. You can do, there is a way of tuning input shaper without the accelerometer. However, I find it's not as accurate. It's kind of like a roll of the dice on if it works well or not. Actually, it's a really clean tool head. Nice. The wiring harness a bit stiffer than similar ANT. It is stiffer than silicone, but the wires are smaller diameter, or not diameter. They're the same gauge, but the sleeving is much thinner, but it's stronger. So they take up much less room in the chains. Like they're nowhere near as tight, like as stuffed as they were with the silicone wire. But they still have the silicone, like. Just to compare, spin. Okay, so here is the entire thickness of the wire loom in the Heloflon wire, okay? And like, no, it's all tangled up already. But basically, like, here it is with silicone. It's a mess. These are much more slippery. Like, they don't, you can tell they don't catch on stuff. So they should be a bit more robust, long term at least. I really hope I don't got to rewire this again anytime soon. Do you prefer silicone to the other stuff? Oh, this stuff, like, honestly, new builds going forward, use PTFE wire. I'm going to be using PTFE and Toasty Boy. Okay, so this wire loom here was originally what I got for Toasty Boy. I was going to put it in Toasty Boy because it's a 1.8. I would just have extra wire. But when I decided that I was going to rewire this guy, because I wanted to rebuild the tool head for an LGX, and these silicone wires are 2 years old. They were still working great. I didn't know how much longer they would work great without issues. So I figure I'd do an upgrade, right? I do an overhaul. It's been a while. So I got the new tool head, also because I was running the previous afterburner. New tool head, new wires, new AB motors, and we're gonna have a spider in here because I'm also upgrading the spider. So I figure I might as well do that. So I took the loom that I was gonna use for here, put it in here. So I do have PTFE wire though ordered for this guy. So I have some 20 gauge and 24 gauge, or 22 actually, PTFE wire. I got red and black. So that way on stuff I know what's hot and what's not hot. Well, neutral. So at least give me a little bit of color coding. Plus, you know, it goes with the color scheme. The PTFE wire for the new build and IGUS chain. Should I grease up our wiring with PTFE? Don't use IGUS chain. If you're using PTFE wire, you don't need to grease. The only reason people were greasing their wires as a silicone is the silicone wire with the China chain has a habit of, because the silicone is soft, it basically gets eaten away by the drag chain because it's China chain, it's China injection molded. The edges are a little rough and they basically grind it away over time. Like I have little bits of dust in here. So yeah, with the PTFE, you should be fine. You don't really need to grease it up. Yeah. The Fermio kit is FEP rather than PTFE. Oh, I know. So, like this guy, I'm hoping, so I'll do a stream this week where we get the spider installed in here, everything hooked up. I really hope my resin printer shows up this week. I really want it to show up so that Saturday night we can get the resin going and we can play with firmware and we can call it a day and have a nice relaxing stream before we go back to more wiring. Because I know you guys love watching me wire. Did that rocket land yet? Oh! Hey! Apparently this is over Oman. So that Chinese rocket landed in the Indian Ocean, it looks like. That's good. Remember, 70% of the Earth is water, so most likely it was going to land in water. Building my V0 watching stream. Awesome. Kenneth, you gotta remember, if your printer is 200 degrees inside, you have bigger problems than what your wires are rated for. Yeah. I'm using PTFE in Toasty Boy, so. Why is E3D Kraken hot end fulfillment changes not more popular? Okay, so the problem with the Kraken and the Cyclops, let me pull them up here. So there's a few issues with the Kraken and the Cyclops. Okay, here's the Adder Hackers, E3D, I want to go E3D. They did not sell the Kraken. Yeah, they don't sell these anymore. They're for good reason. So the problem is with multi-nozzle setups like this, right? This is the water Kraken, I guess. This is basically a single heater block with a single water block with 4 heater blocks with 4 nozzles. So there's a thing called tolerance stacking, okay? So if you make something to spec, you usually have a tolerance, right? So plus this minus this. Well, once you have several things stacked next to each other, you have combined tolerance stacking, right? So if you're allowed out, you're allowed to be 5 thou out of dimension for your items, and you have 5 items, well, you have the potential to be out 25 thou in either direction over 5 items, right? So the problem with these types of setups where you have multi-nozzle setups on the same tool head is getting every single nozzle here at exactly the exact same perfect level is very hard, okay? So what ends up happening is you have nozzles that are slightly too high, nozzles that drag through the print, and then also when you're not extruding, they're still oozing. So they're still kind of, if you turn your nozzle, your hot end on to 240 degrees and just let it sit there, you're gonna have plastic constantly dribbling out. So even if you tell it to drop temperature, it's still gonna dribble out for a bit. So these constantly ooze too. So that was kind of like an old way of doing it that didn't really pan out too well in practice. Same with the Cyclops, where the Cyclops you have 2 in, 1 out. The problem is the filament path on the Cyclops was you had your filament came down and then it had to make a 90 and then another 90. So when one was going in, it was constantly kind of sucking little bits of the other filament through because they merged. And then when you have filament paths that turn 90 degrees with molten plastic, you have crap flow basically. So they weren't, they didn't work that well. So yeah. Saw a printer with a 350 degree chamber. All wires were cool wrapped. Well, a 350 degree chamber is printing in an oven. Okay. If you're making your benchy next to where you're cooking your cookies, you need to go a little hardcore on certain things. There was an COVID outbreak in Mississauga, Canada Post 3 days ago. That's why all my stuff. Could be it. God dang it. Dang it. That would explain it a bit, actually. What are we at right now? 260. What do we peak at? 330. Yeah, I knew that the numbers for the stream, somehow me unboxing something in the middle of the day on like a Wednesday gets 800 people, and then Saturday night, printer builds we get 300 to 400, which is usually I'm more than happy with that. But I know tonight's stream was a little dull, but that's why I turned the music up. At least you get to listen to music while I ramble. I'll probably do a little bit of work on this tomorrow. I gotta hook up the end stop, a little end stop here, because the connector that comes with it is a JST connector, which won't fit. So I might. Do I have a 45 JST? I might be able to resolder a different connector on. Let me check. No, those are 90s. I don't think I have any 45s actually. Shoot. No, those are 90s too. Dang it. I thought I had some 90s somewhere. I do not. Maybe? Maybe? Nope. Nope, no 45s, only 90s. Well, I know the time ain't the greatest. As I've said, this isn't my job. I would love it to be my job one day, but at this time, it is not my job. So during the week, I work steady afternoons, and during the days, I have a 3-year-old toddler. So the only time I can really stream is on the weekend, and I'm spending time with my family during the day part. So. Do you see the same thermal expansion and possible uneven first layer on the V1s as you do the V2? My V1's not printing yet, so I can't really compare. But I've never had issues. As long I do the heat soak. I do the 10-minute heat soak before I print every time, and I have pretty even first layers. I rarely run into issues. So. And yes, whoever said it was Mother's Day tomorrow, thank you for reminding me. I gotta fill out the cards. I got them over there. I'll make a video about printing with tolerance. So it comes down to basically making sure your flow's right. So do your pressure advance tuning, your input shaper tuning, flow calibration, and then print something and then adjust accordingly. If you gotta bump up your flow, if you gotta drop your flow. Let me pull up Bruce's slicer here. Let me see if I can find it. So on Bruce's slicer, there's a setting right here called XY size compensation. Okay. So if you're finding, you know, whatever plastic you're using, if you're having sizing issues, you can adjust this setting here. That will adjust it in the XY plane by a consistent value, right? So if you're finding, you know, you've tuned everything, but your gears are just not fitting, you can try shrinking them ever so slightly to see if that works. Because this will shrink everything on the XY consistently. So you should be, you know, the outer walls come in and your holes get bigger. Yeah. I played with that setting when I was doing the CF nylon parts with this, because I was extruding CF nylon out of a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. Nylon's a thicker plastic than ABS, and with CF, it's carbon fiber. It's not plastic. It doesn't flow. So I was having major over extrusion issues, even after tuning everything. So I played with those settings a bit, and all the parts came out perfect. So I don't watch Saturday Night Live. I'm not in the States. I don't even have TV. I have internet. So considering the guy isn't exactly the most social in terms of like, if you've ever watched a speech of him, he's a nerd. He's a straight up nerd who's got not great social skills. So I don't foresee him being, you know, he ain't no like early 90s Adam Sandler on SNL. But there's been worse SNL hosts. Want to do a dual extruder with a single heat block? Would a Tesla valve work to prevent oozing? Might prevent retraction though. Maybe. Honestly, like, I work in injection molding. I would love to see something like valve gate pins get miniaturized, because then you can straight up just shut off flow from different sources. So you can have multiple feeds going into a point, and then at one point you can literally just shut them off. So in theory, you would never have to worry about oozing as well. So you would never have to worry about retractions, because you can literally just shut it off. The problem is valve gate pins are full assemblies and injection mold manifolds. They don't scale down to this size at all. So that would be something I would love to see, but I don't think we're going to be seeing that on a DIY 3D printer anytime soon. Doesn't look like a Sparta 3D shirt. It is the Sparta 3D shirt. I don't know if it's got a bunch of logos on it. But we're in the apron, so you can't see. Hello from Toronto. Hello from Windsor. Just a couple hours north of me. So I think I'm going to call it there. Yeah, it's 11:20. So yeah, I'm going to call it there. Hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. I know it was a little dry. All we did was wiring, but we got the tool head built. We got it all wired up. I'll try and go live maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. We'll see how my schedule works. I'll follow me on Twitter at 3DPNero. I tweet out when I'm going live and stuff like that for updates. So I'll try and go live once this week so we can get the spider installed, because that's all we got to do. We got to install a spider and get the software set up and firmware, and then we're good to go. So I'll try and go live One day this week, get that done. Hopefully the resin printer shows up so that next weekend we can play around with that while I make a wire harness for Toasty Boy here. I'm sure you guys would rather watch a resin printer do anything than me watch wiring. So that, cheers to Thanks, our sponsor again, for sponsoring the stream. They've been sponsoring for a while. Everything's going great. They have an awesome website. Make sure you click the link below, go there. They've added augmented reality features now to the site. They're adding new stuff constantly. I've talked to them about some future stuff that might come down the pipeline that would make it an awesome site, even more awesomer. Better. Make the site even better. So yes, if you have an iOS device, you can go right ahead and just go to thangs.com on your phone. You can download a model and see an AR view of it in your real world experience. Android phone guys, we're gonna have to wait. They're working on a appless version of it right now. So, anyone who donated tonight to the stream, you guys are all awesome. Help support the things I do, the content I create. Jason, $20. Thank you, appreciate that. Here's to doing it full time. I'm hoping. We'll see. If things are trending, maybe, but it's way too early to tell. But I would love to do this more because I do enjoy this part of the stream where we just hang out. So if I end up doing this full time, we might just have days like this where we just we just talk, look at stuff, go over tips and tricks and whatnot, or relax streams at more reasonable hours. So everyone out there, be safe, wash your hands, have a great night. Peace.